Hola! What up, guys? Whew. I'm feeling pretty good today. Let me show you why. We are definitely progressing. Definitely progressing on the temple here. Actually, over-progressed. Overshot it, but that's because I'm overstocking on locks right now. I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna need them soon. Which you guys will see. Soon. Either... Next major step is getting this finished. Either I gotta move the Golden Forge down here and then lock 4 at once and let these 2 disappear. Or I pull this back down to here. Have one round where I put a path here and Golem works here. Not a medallion, and then slam following round, slam these 2 in, and or lock that following round, slam these 2 in, and lock all 3, and that will make this disappear. So that's why I got to stockpile locks, trying to sustain, and I really don't want this to ever disappear, and I obviously don't want this chain to ever go back further than the Spy Master. That would be bad. Not a brick, but it'd be bad. Then I'd have to start Russian teching again. So in this round, I've already began stockpiling a little bit here. I got this locked. I am over-progressing this chain with not the right stuff. It's correct up to this point, but it depends on, you know, like if I get a smithy medallion. Well, I don't know. Actually, I can't really afford to hoard any more medallions. Probably just gonna let this decay off here. Unless I get utterly spammed with medallions and I have a round where I get like... I don't know. Smarter play probably really is just let it decay back. Because I can 100% overstay medallions just locking one thing with this kind of temple. So... here I can collect... maybe 2 more medallions and then bounce out of here. I don't think it destroys any more than like 6 rooms at once. No. Like 5 or 6 or 7. It would almost certainly have to take this, and this out, and so it would probably wouldn't even remove the Spy Master actually. We'll have to get a couple times. How'd I do all these? I'll make a video on it at some point. But yeah, it wasn't easy. How much div drop per one run? I don't know. Like a dozen maybe. Hello Snoo, wow, that's a long text. About to copy your build because I really want something to help me clear tempo. I'm very new to the game. Monk's first character. Farm time Wyvern, Monk build, Flicker Strike, Falling Thunder, farmed 100 div. And your last video was 2 weeks ago. I was wondering if you still do the same items for your guide or copying current. Well, for 100 div, you're not going to be able to copy everything exactly, but more or less, yeah. I mean, if you're on a 100 div budget, you're basically right around the last video that featured like the Headhunter variant. That's going to be about right, actually. Yeah. Actually, I don't really need to do that. I'm just gonna go down. I can only hoard so much now. This thing forever sketches me out. I'm not even gonna run it. I gotta take it. I don't want any crazy bullshit happening that would brick my temple. I'm not even gonna use the device on that. Was it a lucky draw on the left of room cards? No, I didn't get lucky. I think I just had like average RNG at best. Things just slowly progressed. I definitely did not get lucky on Spy Master medallions. I think only like one. I had to like recover 7 Spy Masters. I think one of them was a medallion. Maybe one. That was pretty rough. The biggest thing I'm missing compared to what I'll have later is a whole bunch of monster effectiveness. Because I have 0 champions, so I'm missing like a huge amount of rare monster effectiveness. Like 700% that I'll have in the end. It's crazy, I got stabilization already. Drops are still pretty good. FPS is questionable at this point. Wow, that's crazy. It's weird leaving right now. I have like literally the 7 best cards I could have, or the 6 best medallions I could probably have for this situation, so there's no reason to stay. We let this decay. I barely decayed at all. Hell, even this stayed. What? Huh. Wow. Alright, well, basically gonna do it again. I overshot. I overshot on, or I was like overly cautious leading up to this stream, going all the way up here. Wait, how many did it delete? It deleted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I deleted 5 rooms. Well, that'd be really good if it deletes these 5. Actually, yeah, I can't really hold that here. Doesn't matter. Right? Held that, I'd have to lock both of these the following round. Ooh. I'd have to lock 2 and then 3 the following round. I'd have to use 5 locks on that in 2 rounds. That doesn't sound very smart. Well, it's either that or 4. Letting it drop. I'll just run it. If I get, I'll run it to get an extra lock, I guess. Because it doesn't really make any difference. Because I think it'd be like a controlled demolition down 5 runes. Even if it's 6, it's okay. I really like the idea of not even having to lock that. Plus, if I did that, I wouldn't have to rely on getting an extra golem works, if I can hold it. That's really so interesting. All the different strategic decisions to make. And anticipating the cards you'll get, the amount of trying to anticipate the stabilization card count and stuff. Hey Snoopy Dooby Doo, playing second win league, so some resources in gear are scarce. I'm currently Chaos Res cap, but I'm getting deleted by any level of Spy Master. Pretty good on other room. What can I do to stop dying on Spy Masters? Yo, real talk, I'm under the impression that the temple is like 10 times easier than anything in maps, so I've never struggled on the temple one bit. I don't even know what mob types they do. To be fair, I didn't, I didn't, sorry, my train of thought's dying. Oh, I didn't do the temple. I didn't even start doing temple till I had Headhunter, so, I mean, I guess maybe it's hard without Headhunter. I suppose it would be a lot harder without Headhunter. But, I mean, it's still pretty safe even when I have 0 Headhunter buffs, too, so definitely safer than maps. Spy Master is crazy if you aren't CI? Okay, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Well, that makes me feel even better that I'm CI. So, what do they do? Just an F ton of poison damage or something?
You have made a grave mistake.
Well, you counter poison damage, obviously, if not CI, then a bunch of Chaos Res and life regen. Because you can't, like, leech if everything's already dead. So, I mean, it's usually, like, the hardest counter to it is, again, apart from CI, is life regen and Chaos Res. You just out-heal it. I haven't died in ages. You see my XP bar? This is level 99. I'm gonna hit 100. Easy. It was like way easier for me to hit 100 this league than 98 last league. It's not even close. And that'd probably be the case with or without the temple, actually. This character feels pretty safe even in maps now. Even with a little bit of light radius gear, which is hurting my effective health a lot, actually. Can you get poison immune otherwise? Oh, there's a poison immune anoint on the amulet now? Oh, that'd be incredibly good. Almost anointing chaos inoculation. You think character rarity does anything in temple? Oh yeah, I'm sure it does. Why wouldn't it? It's multiplicative with area rarity and monster rarity and all the other variables. I would imagine it's pretty big. One? Wait, they have the PoE 1 mastery and PoE 2 like that? As an anoint? Huh. Interesting. Well, I'm kind of glad they made, you know, it kind of matter. I feel like in PoE 1 it doesn't even matter. Poison or bleed a little bit, but I guess actually no, not even with like Chaos Res. I'm usually not Chaos Res capped in PoE 1 and I still don't deal with poison damage much. Man, give me one more. They got a few Spy Masters left. Maybe get one. Amulet that makes you poison immune in PoE 1. I guess. Or I mean ring. Ring corrupt. Maybe it is poison immune in PoE 2. Jewel corruption. Jewel corruption makes you immune to corrupted blood, immune to blind, immune to maim, but I don't think poison and bleed are our thing for jewel corruptions. Definitely popping off a little bit popping off. I already got more modifiers on rares than the vast majority of people in their temples, and I'm still short 2 corruption chambers. But I have 5 corruption chambers at level 3 right now, so it's a lot of mods on rares. And I actually have some level 2 thaumaturges. I found it pretty easy to level my rooms. Oh, not there either. Wait, we're still killing in this room. Where is he? Where is he? No? Oh, I'm blind? I had to remove loot just to see. Alright, what do you mean? What are we doing here? What the heck? Dude, I already went over here. What? Yo! We got it. Alright. Hyphen, what up? Thanks for asking. We are we're in a good mood today. Yesterday we were or 2 days ago we were in a pretty bad mood, but today we're in a good mood. I'll be really happy if I can get this done. It's one of the trickier parts of what I'm doing. Okay, so we're gonna lock that. This is gonna go all the way down to at least just the thaumaturge, I think. I have to go pick that lock up. I gotta float a whole bunch of extra locks right now because of what I'm about to do. You guys are gonna see me do the secret tech that ultimately makes this temple better than any of the others that you see out there. I'm essentially removing a smithy from my layout compared to everybody else because of what I'm doing. Got the crit 4 progs and onslaught with 154. Okay, good. Is that tier 3 or tier 2%? Fub guns is buy? Wait, what do you mean it's buy? He lost his temple? What? What are you saying? Alright, let's see how many rooms it deletes. 5 or 6, hopefully. Preferably 5 would be best case scenario. Fub Gun's temple is better? No, it's not, actually. I've already been looking. I've already looked at this temple. I'll make a video on it. I mean, I'm going to compare it to Sakaiba, since that was the original version of that temple. Mine is objectively better. I think it's a little harder to make, but when you look at the layout and you see all the different things, and the main reason was I will have a tier 3 generator and a tier 3 Golem Works guaranteed versus their temple layout, which is 2 tier 2 Golem Works guaranteed, no generator guaranteed. And whether they have all 3, or if we both have all 3, I still come out ahead on construct effectiveness anyway. And then, but the big one is I have 1 fewer smithies than they do. So I got like an extra corruption chamber. Basically, like I have an extra corruption chamber, they have an extra smithy. And corruption chamber is way better. Alright. I'm nervous. Okay. Hey, that worked. Okay, good. Now we have to do... Gonna have to lock a lot. Now, it's paramount that I get at least 2 locks in this next round, as well as like the following round. Honestly, kind of need 3 locks. But, let's see, I can help this a little bit. So at this point, we can start. Can't put anything there. Assuming I do okay, I can lock this and this. I might be able to. So it does delete 6 rooms potentially. Probably only 5 now. Theoretically, I might get away with holding the Spy Master the hard way. I don't know if it counts this before or after. I need that to delete. Nothing wrong with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I could take a chance. That's not gonna backfire on me, right? Well, I would have to remove 2. Really any advantage to doing that? The only way I can get through this is if I don't get unlucky. I don't really have to get lucky. I just have to not get unlucky on locks. I think if I just get 2 for the next, like, 2 runs straight. If I get 4 locks in the next 2 runs, it's fine. And I'm pretty sure with 11 Spy Masters and this many Tier 3 rooms otherwise, I'm averaging a little over 2. Somewhere between 2 and 3 per run. But, you know, could get screwed over. It'd be very, very unlucky to get 0 in a temple, but it could happen. I actually had a scenario where I tried to do this before, but didn't take the risk, and I lost a 50-50 flip, but I could have actually forced it. I would have left myself with 0 locks in the following run with both the Spy Master and with 2 Russian chains exposed, potentially, and I did drop 2 locks following around, and I dropped like 3 after that, and so I would have actually pulled it off already, but I wasn't willing to risk it with that, cutting it that close. So, we'll see what happens here. Doing this just in case I get lucky and get a lock off of one of these. Tier 3 Smithy could drop a lock. Has a, you know, probably like a 5% chance per clear. I wager Spy Master, Tier 3 Spy Master is like a 25% chance to drop a lock, and then like other just Tier 3 Advanced Medallion chance is like 5%. And then like low chance is like 2%. Like a Thaumaturge or something is like a 2% chance, maybe. How much rarity? Like 143, I think. I'm almost 150. So I got a pretty decent number. Do you guys think player rarity is like really important for this, or do we just focus on area monster rarity? Lock chances negatively impacted by how many rooms you have? Yeah, it probably is. Probably is negatively impacted. I'm thinking about doing a test, by the way, guys. If and when I finish this temple, I could do a long-form map test with nothing but Tier 2 Alchemy Labs, and then I could do it again with Tier 3 Alchemy Labs, and we can see the difference in, you know, gold and, more importantly, rares and currency, and rare currencies. I can't do it in the next couple days, though. I could probably do it within a week. Because it's not going to be a small sample size.
You reek of stupidity.
What I hear,
Your impending demise.
going for the Tier 3 greatly adds like tier 0 unique drops, vertex drops and things like that, but and then it has like a mildly beneficial impact on currency drops. So it's kind of unknown.
You have made a grave mistake. You reek of stupidity. Pathetic idiot.
Time to drop the locks, bro. You got all the space in the world.
You reek of stupidity.
I could pick up to 5 locks on this run. I would really love to see, dude. I'd be over the moon if I got 5 locks on this run. That would guarantee me success on this part. So my temple copying the Milky No Tech. Well, you have to understand this version, this kind of temple is a lot harder, way more time consuming to make. I mean, I think it's. I think it'd take an upwards of like 200 temple runs to make this, starting from like with the architect already in the right spot and a clean slate otherwise. Definitely take somewhere between 100 and 200 total temple runs. You don't necessarily got to run those temples in full, but you know, that's how many you got to open. All right, first Spy Master. No lock. No lock on the bonus rooms either. Oh. Second Spy Master. No lock. Wait. Yes lock. Oh, it's too late. I can't grab it. It's gone forever. Just kidding. Isn't that so nice when you kill the Spy Master room, but the lock drops on the opposite side of the room, and you didn't know it dropped? Aha! All right, got one. Alright, how many does that give me? That gives me 2. Gotta lock that and that. And then I have to use 3 in the following round. Drowning in Divines. Is that with tier 3 alchemy labs or no, though? Are you running tier 3 right now? Might have said earlier. I forgot. I mean, it probably depends on how much rarity you're using. I heard MP say, I was lurking in his stream, he said the number of currency is like double for a duo with a rarity farmer. Rarity bot farmer. I don't know if compared to what, like a normal rarity character like mine. Could save a lock and hope that I get a Golemancer, but then I would have to like keep locking an extra Golemancer until or Golem works until I hit. That might be smarter though. I don't necessarily have to lock. I can let this die, and then if I get a Golem works next round anyway, it makes no difference. But to hold that top one, I'd have to lock. I'd have to lock 3 each temple run instead of 2. I'd really like to just get it done. There, we got another one. And that was an offer. Alright, almost certainly going to commit to this. 100% going to commit to this if I get one more lock. But I can pick up to 3 more, actually. What? Hold on. I mean, this is better than average start to get 2 locks already, only halfway through the Spy Master chain. Like 2 locks and 6 Spy Masters. How many, oh, an armory. An armory. Actually, I can use that as a buffer. Potentially, in emergency case. I'll probably come back pick that up. I'm not gonna add that to just a random smithy in the middle. Not gonna pick it up yet because I'd rather fill all my slots with locks. I might come back for it. Heck, dude. Where though? Yeah. Three more Spy Masters. How much is it to get this build online? This is crazy. I've only invested, again, with inflation in mind, somewhere between 1,000, 2,000 divines. I don't have any, like, extraordinarily expensive items on me. Most expensive items probably either my amulet or my ring. Oh, hell yeah. Alright, we got another one. We are a go for the final special tech. This is tech you guys have never seen before. Kind of. It's I guess it's Roman road tech technically, but it's a specialized Roman road tech finish. The edge of your seat. The best temple layout. Conditional to pull this tech off. Pretty crazy though. I ran like 12 extra temples just to stockpile locks. Oh wait, I can actually loot two more locks. Could have been kind of unnecessary overkill, but I'm gonna be low-key kind of mad if a Golem Work spawns in the next round. Yeah, exclamation point temple. The link's there. The layout is there. Yeah, you can check it and scrutinize it against like Sakaiba or Temple or whatever. You can even see it in both of those. You can like open them side by side and you can see the numbers and comparisons. Okay. Well, alright, I am gonna go grab that armory. Oh, him. Sorry, okay.
No matter.
You guys know I beat the game this league. Did you guys know that? I beat the game in one way. In one very specific way. There's something that I have that is better than anybody else. Almost certainly better. Oh, here, I'll send it. Yeah, that site's not greenlit. Self-respect? No. The new mechanic this league. It's the added player power mechanic this league. What's the added player power mechanic this league? That was his temple layout. %, cast speed. 10 out of 10. 10% attack speed. 10 out of 10. 25% stun threshold. 15 to 25. 30% evasion. 25 to 20 to 30. Literal bis limbs. Bis limbs. You can't have double 10% attack speed. It doesn't exist. You can't do double. Not possible. It doesn't roll again. What the fuck do you mean you can get it? You invented the tech. What the heck are you talking about? What are you talking about? What do you have to like die in the same map that you... I want to see proof of that. That seems ridiculous. All right, we got lock here, lock here, lock here, lock here. Let's close it. This is going to get deleted. And so is that. Actually, this might get deleted. That would fuck me over. Oh god, I didn't think about that. Okay, we're gonna clear. Hey, we got bonus. This is actually really important that this showed up. Oh, dude, this is like super good. All right. Now, we put this here. Lock these 3. You can only lock 2 and go for a 50-50. Probably not worth it. We throw some cannon fodder right here. We can actually go beyond the stretch here. Got very lucky to hit these 2. So actually, I don't really need to lock this, probably. We got an extra spot right here. A clean spot. Oh, that's so nice. I mean, I could do here too. Got that there. And we can do this here. And now I have 1, 2, 3 spares. This will get deleted. That's 4 there. I really don't need to lock this. This can't go back any further than like here. So I only need, in order for me not to F this up, I just need 1 lock to lock this. And then that'll be in the clear. This is very lucky to get these 2 on that round. Oh, that's so good. So freaking good. Whew. All right. I gotta save these clips. They're going in the video. Soon. This video is going to be kind of epic, actually. I'm going to record it tonight. You just sit on the bench and find attack speed, but don't take it, and then go to the next bench. And it can still roll. Oh, you need 2. You need 2 benches at once. Oh. Kind of wish I knew about that beforehand. It's actually really easy to keep the limbs anyway. So I would have to remove my attack speed, double those up like that. Oh, dude, that's... Yeah, alright. No, I believe you. I could see that being the case. And yeah, you'd have to take them on each side of the rump. It'd be so hard to get double 10% attack speed, too, with that. So you'd have to get 10% rolls on both at the same time on opposite limbs. On specific limbs. Without your choice. Ugh. Ugh. Alright. Let's run it. Super important I get at least 1 lock here, or this is going to be problematic. Even if I get 0, I might potentially not even lose more than 1 Locust Corruption. I just need to not lose this. So it's actually extra beneficial that I was able to... that I was able to get the extra, so I don't need to lock the other thing. God dang, dude. Let me go. Wait, why am I in this zone? I need to be here. I'm used to running straight forward. Actually, I'm just going to do the other side. No, I can... Yeah, we'll come back to that later. I'm eventually going to die in the temple, and when that happens, I'm really not going to want to give up my limbs, which means I have to sacrifice the temple. Why is there a clickable, like, what is it, like, tortured subject thing? It doesn't do anything. What room gives limbs? Tier 3, not synth flesh, but the other one.
You have made a great
The one that connects to synth flesh. Something theater. Or symphony. Something symphony. It's called Symphony. Nani Symphony. Oh, dude, I thought I just hit it. I have no medallion. Yeah, Surgeon. Surgeon Ward. Surgeon's Symphony. It's the tier 3 version of that. We have to kill the mini boss. Comes off of there, and then you get to use the limb table. There's Spy Master Nola.
It's so easy. Up along.
Perhaps the hero will come back.
Oh yeah, we gotta lock second Spy Master. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, alright. I mean, if I get a whole bunch extra, I'll hold it here, I guess. I need a lot. I need at least like 2 more though. Double divine drop. What? "20 temples, no room that you need." That is pretty rare, but it can happen, yes. My final task, I only have one more task I have to do after this. It's a little simpler than what I'm doing now, but will be a similar case. I'm gonna need medallions, I think. See that temple of it. I didn't even look at it. I'm gonna glance at your temple real quick. Oh, okay. Architect on the
Your
corner.
challenge
Meet
will
the
survive many on
face me. Misguided.
your challenge
Be seeing mass tanks. That's crazy to think like this is. You're just warming up with this. Another lock. Oh yeah, let's go. So when I double the monster's effectiveness by actually having champions on this layout, how laggy is it gonna get? I mean, I think I have more than enough damage. Even if they were double effectiveness, it wouldn't matter. These mobs are gonna have like 12 modifiers with 1400% effectiveness. It's gonna be cranked. You guys think effectiveness is a 1-for-1 quant ratio, or is it like diminished? You think it's diminished or something? Like it's 1400% increased monster effectiveness. That's not 14x quant, right? There's no way.
survive
I don't know where the balance is on that. Is it 14x quant, really? I guess it could be because the number is pretty low on the precursors, so that would make some sense. Well, I mean, no, I mean, before diminished returns, you couldn't. You certainly wouldn't have double that. Wouldn't have double that. Like if I had the same tempo with no diminished returns, it's not like I wouldn't have 2,800%
your challenge
increase. It would be like maybe 2K instead of 1,400 or something, right? So I need to save up for a generator medallion, hopefully. the Corruption Chamber medallion and a Thaumaturge medallion. I need Generator, Corruption Chamber, Thaumaturge, and I will have to, one time only, I will have to lock all of those. Reroll. Not really what I need now, but actually, no, it is nice because I can start moving the other chain up. Yeah, it'll be easier because I can progress further the primary chain now because I finally get past the Golem works that are in my way otherwise. You are playing a whole different game than I am? That's insane. What is this build? This is Invoker. Oh my god, dude. I just went down to like 10% life. That never happens. What was that mob? Holy cow. This is Spark, cast on crit Spark, Twister. I'm using Twister, which does some pretty decent damage, but it's also there to proc Spark, cast on crit Spark. Yeah, I mean, it's you're right, this build is insane. It's just another classic case of one of my builds being outrageously strong, going completely under the radar in the community. Happens every time. Every time. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this build is better and faster clear than the Temporalis builds at this point. At least in Temple. I don't know though. I haven't watched them closely enough. But I did get some speed too. I actually got a little bit of more speed recently. And I think if I go really hard on speed, I will actually be able to outpace Temporalis builds, except that I don't have the light radius. So to do that with the light radius is going to be pretty rough. It's going to be dangerous. I mean, you don't really need Temporalis to blink around when you're killing this many mobs like this. Garrison. You're covering this much area. Build so sick. So you're playing the same build at what progression? Yeah, something about the Golem works. Not having diminished returns, I guess. I don't know. I was originally just gonna go less on the Golem works, but after looking at Sakaiba's and what he and the rest of them were doing, I figured they're probably pretty smart about that. So. Committing to more Golem works. Oh wait, no, that is actually pretty good. Gas speed and attacks, is that combo? What would I even put on here? Double chaos res. Tier 1 cast speed. How close is this to being really good? Does anybody care about attacks on that, though? Do I, like, do mana, maybe? I probably don't want it on an amethyst ring. Free spirit. Oh. And how are you affording Trinity? I wonder what happened to Derico. Or are you Derico with name change? They're just like gone. Dude, suck it. Huh. No. That's not good, right? Is that any good? Life cost efficiency. Yeah, I figured you have to do that. I never seen that combo before though. You know what, I'm just gonna YOLO this. See what happens. Those are pretty good results, actually. A bit of a mishmash ring, but pretty well rolled. Kind of a weird one. Okay, so we still gotta do the Golem Works chain, and I can use this. Let's see, where are we using this? Well, actually, gotta do these next. Oh, I'm so stupid. I should have done this one first. I would have put it to level 3. Why? Why you do that? Why you do this? Oh yeah, you gotta do that too. We got the full Golem Works chain to do. First time. If I don't die. Let me straight in. I'm so proud of this temple if I actually get it done. I put so much time and effort into theory crafting this. And to know that it actually came out better is crazy. It's hard to compete with the entire internet to make something better. I mean, you guys can probably imagine. It's not easy. It's not easy being me, right? Not easy. Not easy being smarter than everybody else. Oh, oh. And humble. Actually humble, yeah. Not fake humble, real humble. My jokes are in the opposite direction. Just humble. No, for real though, like, as a content creator, it is a kind of a special moment when you stumble onto something that you realize you're legitimately, objectively doing something better than anyone else. And these days, the combined wisdom of the entire internet that's really hard to compete with. Really hard to compete with. Now, to be fair, there probably is somebody else who has a temple somewhere in existence that's even better than mine somehow. But they're not, like, it's not common knowledge at this point. But there is a huge amount of sharing between, you know, a large amount of the juicing community who are striving to find out what's best. And I got it bested just a little bit. A little bit. I do wonder if, like, they figured out a way to make it better, but they just felt like it wasn't quite worth the pain and headache of building it that way. Because one of the big differences between my temple and, like, Sekaiba's is his is actually easier to build, and in a way, because it's just like more, it'll be less time consuming to build anyway, because his primary chain is longer. Can I use that? I don't think I can. So because his primary chain is longer, he can, like, focus on building that chain and, like, you know, bounce out of the temple faster. Just get one medallion, keep him topped off, and then bounce. Doesn't have to lock 2 chains, only has to lock 1. Doesn't even have to start locking a second chain until, like, way later. So in a way that is easier, and mine is set up with the first and second chain being a little more evenly in length. Best in terms of rooms optimized. No, when I talk about the best, it's mostly in terms of layout. It's a couple things. It's layout. So yes, you're right. The one of the big stipulations is no more than 3 empty rooms. Another stipulation would be no more than 2 chains. And for the third bonus room, assuming there is one, to be just by itself. So like legitimately just, I mean, the very best layouts I've seen are 3 empty spaces, 1 flexible third chain for, you know, another tier 3 golem works, basically. And two primary snakes. But it also looks, in terms of layout, like for example, his layout has a Golem Works chain in the middle, which means he has to use a smithy on the outside of both ends of the Golem Works chain. So he has like 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually have the same number here. 1, 2, 3. He has like 6 Golem Works out in the middle, plus 2 in the beginning. And so he has 6 Golem Works out in the open, and then he has 8 smithies. Out in the open. So his total smithy count is 8. He has 8 smithies, but I only have 7 smithies. Now, if you know anything about the mechanic, you know that smithies, while it produces monsters that drop decent amount of loot, the room itself doesn't improve loot at all. All it just gives you is chests have 60% more rarity, which is utterly useless with how we're farming. So if you have the option to use a different type of room to fill up the rest of your temple rather than a smithy, you would take it. It is essentially the worst room in the entire layout, effectively speaking. And so that's just an objective inferiority of that temple layout compared to what I have, because I was able to remove a smithy from this. And I think technically he could have too. I'm not really sure why they didn't. It's one thing I would ask. But anyway, can't use that anywhere. All right, hopefully this doesn't go down too far. Let's watch this and this disappear. Hell yeah, dude, that's real good. That's real good. Real good. And then we got that back in. Oh yeah. And then we can start just randomly putting stuff in here. Doesn't really matter. I'll just save that. I will never be able to use that Golem Works, I don't think. So we already got the lock here. I do need to get a second lock on this, or I would be kind of likely to lose it. Although, actually, I can use that as an emergency if I need to. Boom! So this was probably the most confusing thing about the layout. You guys just saw me do what is arguably the hardest tech in the whole layout, is pulling the running the golem chain backwards into the beginning, and pulling the road back, and then getting it on here. It was definitely a chore, but again, to get the absolute best layout, that was, I guess, necessary. How would you remove it? Hold on, let me... This is Sakaiba's. Excellent layout, by the way. So you can see it has a similar thing. Oh yeah, one other thing that made it... There are 2 objective inferiorities of this layout. One is... in both cases where you have the third lock to lock down the extra third link, which in his case is a generator, or in my case is a Golem Works. Whether you, in both cases, if you have that extra lock and don't have that extra lock, the numbers are higher on my end. That's because this is... He will never have higher than a tier 2 generator, and I'll have a tier 3. So that's higher construct effectiveness. Not a huge deal, but technically speaking, that is better. Having being able to get a tier 3 generator. The second thing is, in the event that neither of us would have the additional third lock, which is, comparing apples to apples, I have a tier 3 generator and a tier 3 golem works. He would have 2 tier 2 golem works. A tier 3 generator and a tier 3 golem works is exactly the same value as 2 tier 2 golem works, in which case I have a tier 3 generator and he has no generator. So that's the full power of, construct effectiveness in that case. So it's even more profound in the event that you're not currently able to lock the third link down. Tiny point in favor of his, however, is that in his case, it's less important to keep re-leveling his generator. And in my case, it's more important that I keep re-leveling my golem works. So, every time the golem works drops, I have to put it in and also... level it. Incorrect, sir. The tier 3 golem works is actually better than the tier 2 because golem works is diminished return. The good point. I didn't even factor that in. The great point. I'm glad you said that, because now I can, in a future video, I can actually talk about that too. True. Although I did hear that golem works for some reason are devoid of the diminished returns. I keep hearing that. I don't know exactly what that means or to what extent that's the case. People have been saying that the golem works do not suffer diminished returns. I don't know. Let me know if you know anything about that. Look into that. I don't know for sure. I've only heard it like 2 or 3 times though. It might be a bug, or maybe it's... Maybe like certain types of rooms don't have diminished returns. Like maybe like the golem works and the... it might be like the thaumaturges and golem works don't have diminished returns. But that would mean the spy masters don't either. I'm sure they do. Maybe they don't. I don't know. Somebody in the chat maybe knows how many people we got. Yeah. All right. So the other thing you'll notice is that his primary link. Here's the biggest thing I don't like about his layout. Again, I think his layout is terrific, and it inspired me to put the architect here. And I would have never realized I could have improved my layout. My previous layout was totally inferior to his layout as it is, by the way. But because I saw this layout, I spent several hours figuring out how I could make it even better, and I succeeded, but it would have never happened if I didn't see this layout in the first place. So I'm obviously grateful that this temple exists. I know I'm like, may sound like I'm beefing it or something, but I'm not. Like, I'm just talking objective terms here. But what I don't like about his decision here is the golem works with the smithy, and then the thing is, he's effectively wasting a smithy here, because, if you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 golem works, and you're trying to maximize effectiveness of every single room, then obviously you would have all 8 of those connected to as few smithies as possible. And the only way to do that is to do what I did. The outbound chain of the golem works would have to be the place where you do the entire, Roman road thing, where it'd be the golem work smithy, golem work smithy, golem work smithy, golem work smithy. And that way you have a smithy at the end, but you don't have a smithy at the beginning. So this is where, his losings. Because he has like, what, 1, 2... But actually he has 2 extra smithies, I just realized. 1, 2, 3. How many smithies do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So I didn't even realize the second outbound one. So that's another big issue. I've removed 2 smithies from my layout. I mean, that's beyond objectively better. What does my layout have more of? Well, it has thaumaturges, which aren't the most valuable room in the world, but, you know, I basically have extra... I'll probably look at it. I probably have, like, an extra thaumaturge and corruption chamber on account of it or something like that. Which is, you know, a very good compared to Smithy. I have the same number of commanders. I think I have the same number of armories. He has one more spy master. That's a room choice that doesn't speak to like the superiority or inferiority of the layout. Whether you go like 11 spy masters or 12, that's a choice that you make. It doesn't speak to the value or the strength of the layout itself, because you could run either way. Like this is like my most flexible thing here, where I'm just trying to figure out how to like, you know, get those armories level 3, how many alchemy labs I want. Kind of need to connect it to a thaumaturge. Or I also liked the breakpoint of 802% more. That's 8 additional modifiers on rares. These are the numbers that I have here. 8 additional modifiers on rare, 271. Pack 70, 706 effectiveness on rares and humanoids each. Alk start to lose effect after 4 rooms. Golems not lose. Golems not lose. How do we know that? Like how, and or more importantly, why? Because everything's supposed to have a diminished return. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, I've talked about that before, so we are running this. Lat is locked. This will probably get locked. Looks like I'm in the green here, though. No, there probably is a way to objectively test that without, like... You can objectively calculate the numbers. That's too much math for me.
I cannot.
Synth Flesh Lab. Up, I guess. Except for Golem Chains, you can only get to level 2. Was it only level 3 has diminished returns? Of rooms? Then what about level 2 Alk Labs? I've still not dropped a Headhunter. I don't know why. Oh, this guy needs leveled up too. I gotta level that Forge up. Well, I do want to get down to this whole like speculation about Golem Works not suffering diminished returns unlike every other type of room before I make a video talking about that. But they have less diminished returns because you can't get the... Oh wow, I got a lock off of the Forge. There we go. I would have felt better about it coming from the previous map or two, but... okay. We got that. We got that. I'm gonna have to make a new loot filter, I think. Whoops. What was that? Medallion. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should have got even more. I could have gotten even more Golem Works then. Could have gone about it a little slightly different. Oh, I didn't drop a medallion? Thought I did. Eventually gonna have to remove Chaos Orbs and like the second tier uniques. I need to figure out if there's a way to make it so that they drop 2-socketed though. These sort of mid-tier uniques, when they drop 2-socketed, or the extra socket exceptional, they're like worth a lot of currency in some cases. I don't want to miss those. I'm not quite sure if they'll show up. I assume they will, but they show up as like the same coloration as their normal thing. They ought to show up as a tink, maybe.
You have made a great mistake.
Exceptional Obliterator Bow? Damn. There's an option for exceptional? Okay. Or within the same tier, just in the uniques, I guess. Architect's Orb might not even be worth grabbing. Like, too much time. Oh.
You reek of stupidity. You have made a great mistake.
Why do I have so many sack chambers? You mean corruption chambers? It's a very underrated mod that it gives. Increased modifiers of rares is simultaneously a rarity. It's an extra rarity and quant multiplier to rare monsters. Since that's where the vast majority of our loot drops, it's a big deal. I personally believe it's a very underrated thing that a lot of people are missing out on. But it is annoying to get a lot of them too, so like without special tech you can't really get more than 4. Well, 5, yeah, 5 actually if you're not using Golem Works, I guess.
You reek of stupidity.
Look out for a Thaumaturge, Corruption Chamber, and or Generator Medallions. Wrong exceptional. See, these gloves are like multiple divines in 2 sockets. I dropped one yesterday or the day before. Even that, like, pretty garbage unique. Trinity gloves. Why the focus on quant versus rarity? Well, I mean, both are good. Generally speaking, quant is better in PoE 1 certainly. In PoE 2, I think they're a little more even in value, but even still, I mean, well, in PoE 2 they've really dwindled the quant multiplier. Although with the effectiveness now, that's kind of back up again. So. Yeah, it's for every 100% increase, it's an extra modifier. I mean, just look at the rares that I'm scrolling over, if you can catch it. See these rares? They got like 8 or 9 or 10 modifiers on them. I'm still missing 2. I'm missing 2 corruption chambers. That'll put me at, and I don't have level 2 on all of thaumaturges either. So when I do all that, that'll give me 8 additional modifiers in total. The diminished returns on it didn't look terribly punishing either. I don't know. I feel like basically what I think is, given the power of that, it seems like the percentage increase at its core is a little bit higher than expected in terms of balancing terms. A little bit. Like, I'm surprised that the number is as high as 60% here. That's really high. And the evidence of that is... So, notice that the Elite Legions is 60%, and Corruption Chambers is also 60%. But like last League, for example, when we had the Anoints on Waystones, a Paranoia Anoint, which was, by the way, much cheaper and more common, which those were smaller numbers the more common they were, it gave, what was it? Oh no, okay, never mind. I guess it gave 15%. 15% increased number of rares. And then the Fear Anoint gave 25% chance. Alright, so I was mistaken there. That number is lower, but it's not a great example because the distills were weighted against their commonality. So the more common ones gave lower numbers, like across the board. Calandra's Touch. I finally started dropping that ring when it's like not valuable. Feels bad, man. It used to be worth several divines, now worth like nothing. It's worth almost nothing now. What tech did I use? Oh, I just used pathing, basically. The same way you do like Roman road tech on that. Back when I had paths out there. For the longest time, I had like a big path out in the center, like a spider web. And so you just put the thaumaturge in there off the path, or off an alchemy lab in between them, and then you would just move it over. With RNG, it would delete the path eventually. Because you would have like a small loop there, but you would just build it out slowly. It would delete one part of the loop, and then you move to another part, and it would delete one part of the loop, and you would just start the chain there. Didn't technically require any locks to do that, just kind of over time, just the RNG to get it. You could help force it with locks, though, if you had a lock. Any real updates to build after 96? That is going to be coming pretty soon, finally, now that I got the temple squared away. Promise that's coming. I said I wanted to get this temple done before, or at least by and large done before I made that, and I'm gonna go above and beyond there. I'm gonna make it a mobilytics guide, not just path of building. So it's gonna look real nice and pretty. Recently found out they actually do have all the integration that I felt like are missing on the other programs. I didn't realize that until recently. seamlessly changes loadouts as you look at different variations, so the player isn't misled or confused about what they're looking at. Damn. How many perfect exalts am I gonna drop? Wait, perfect exalt is more rare than divine orb, right? Pretty sure.
Perhaps you will be a more practical.
Damn. Come on, another lock for good measure. Just because you can. Oh, you can. You can. We floating locks now. We're floating locks again already? Dang. I'm ahead of the curve. I suppose I'll hold on to that reroll in case I get
You challenge the thing.
2 of the others that I need. Really, I'm gonna need a generator. Generator medallion. That would be the best medallion to get. So many screenshot potentials here. Starting to feel like a mirror could possibly drop. It's possible. Wow, another one. Alright, that's more than I need. Well, I could drop another one, I guess. And then port back in. What if I get another one off of one of these? That'd be crazy.
You have made a grave mistake.
Damn, did I get 4? I guess I got 4 on that one. I don't know. Alright, lock that. That's already locked. This is going to disappear, and that's the only thing that's going to happen. Matter. One, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, I should still lock it. I don't necessarily need this garrison. If it'll go here if I get to it. Maybe I should have used this. I'm probably gonna fill out instead. Friend of mine dropped a mirror at level 98 with 6 million kills. How does he have 6 million kills and he's only level 98? I'm 99 with 1.4 million kills. What the heck, dude? What the heck, dude? Alright. YOLO slam. Ugh. Oh. 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 Well. Okay. Trashed.
Reveal your worth.
Finished other full temple before this Bis temple? I never finished a temple. This is the closest I've ever come to finishing a temple. Oh, I love the fact that this gets to be the first room that I do. It's actually a really safe room. We got room to move around. Oh, the level up. That goes here.
These stones obey old magics. Misguided fool!
See, this is not as safe. Cooldown.
Soil her glory!
I'll have a guide on how exactly to do this temple step by step tomorrow, but the start would actually be going backwards on this, and or just build a spy master chain out left first. I would actually recommend doing I think it's right here. Yeah, right here, generator, thaumaturge, alch lab, arsenal, now that way. And then right here, smithy. That going that way. This will be generator, thaumaturge, catalyst corruption, but at the very end you slam the apex or you slam the sacrificial chamber and delete this generator when this is synced up. It gets it corrected. I'm gonna have to do a workaround to do that, which is scary because it was the first time I was in the middle of doing a workaround on that, it deleted my whole temple, but I think I know why, so I'll just make sure that doesn't happen again, and I'll be extra cautious about it. So Golemworks don't have DR? I mean, I keep hearing about that, but I don't know if it's true or why it would be true. Dang, yo, lock. From the forge.
This medallion's rather beautiful.
Yeah, this is what really makes it overpowered. This is why sustaining 2 locks on 11 Spy Masters is possible. You just got so many other tier 3 rooms. Hoppala. Oh my god. Where was this RNG before? I would have loved it. Now now that I'm comfy, I don't even need it. What? Getting destabilization too. And this too? What the hell? What the hurl? Got about 8 attacks per second, I think, in combat. Oh yeah, sorry. 9, almost 10 attacks per second on the Invoker. 0.10 second attack time. Dude, that is getting real close to the Deadeye. Real close. Telling you what, man. Telling you what, this monk's kind of fast. Kind of fast. Oh wait, I already locked him? Holy. Holy. I'm gonna have to delete the garrison. Shit. I don't understand why generators don't drop a medallion, or why they can't. Makes no sense to me. Because they don't have like a... It looks like the rooms that have something for you to grab at the end, like an interactable, they don't drop medallions. Or they do in some cases still, I guess. Like Thaumaturg says medallion chance, but it also has an interactable. Combat-wise, how has Invoker held up so far compared to Deadeye? It's definitely lower DPS on bosses, mainly because you're not getting frenzy charges very reliably there. Also, Twister by itself is probably a little better than Twister plus Spark on bosses, but the clear is just second to none. I mean, like the clear in these corridors, don't get me wrong, Twister would be good by itself, but the fact that Twister and Spark here is just like hilarious levels of clear. And it's really, really well suited for this mechanic. How's the day treated me? Oh, we're doing well. We got the major Golem Works chain finished out. I gotta get this fixed now, and then beyond that, it's just finishing out the other thing. No, there's actually no more special tech to do. Just kind of gotta fix my initial starting chain, move a couple rooms around, which can be done pretty easily. Just requires those rooms to show up and me to have locks when they do. And And I'm getting the locks. I wonder if I'll have literally no problems sustaining 3 rooms in the end. If I actually do full temple runs. I can't remember the last time I was completely dry. With a full run, no locks. You bricked yours 2 days ago and been running it series only since. Nice compromise. Did you get any good loot? Holy cow, dude. Alright, well that's it. I'll do this in case a generator drops or something. Wait, no, I can actually lock that. Yeah, I can lock that. How much currency per hour is it Siri farming? I guess that's really hard to figure out. Almost bricked ears, but got a sacrificial chamber at the same time. You mean it deleted the chain, but then you were able to fix it with the sacrificial chamber? Ew. A 100 div per hour. I wonder if this makes 100 div per hour actually, though, counting, like not counting locks and mirrors, but counting like the time it takes to get your crystals. I'm a little skeptical as to how much actual currency per hour this is. It's obviously a huge number, but... Okay, I guess my other question, how many raw divines per hour is it? Just to be even more of a stipulation. I think I'm gonna get tired of looking at rares pretty soon, but I probably should continue looking at them. No, I'm saying raw div currency farming on this. Wow. Wow. 15-20 minute temple and 68 raw div. 68 raw div solo? Is that normal? Or is that just like top end? Like you got good RNG on the map mods, they gave you a lot of rarity. If that's the average, then I suspect you drop over 100 sometimes. I've never heard of anybody dropping more than like 80 post patch in one run. Maybe I gotta update my expectations. You guys dropping 80? Huh. Maybe I'll make a short highlight if and when I inevitably drop 100 in one temple. Yo. You guys dropping that much? Are you doing the level 3 alchemy labs or level 2? I'm always inviting input about the level 3 versus level 2 conversation. The gold or no gold. More rarity and more gold, or less rarity and no gold. Level 3. Okay.
Another medallion.
Huh, got this again. Thanks. Appreciate it. Definitely don't want to do that. Okay. Kind of stuck holding here, I guess. I probably don't spend that lock yet. That'd be play smart.
These stones are veiled magics.
Mr. Snoob. What up, what up? Hey! Stop taking damage. Get your leech. Get your leech on. Perfect, Jonathan Orb. What? I'm immediately getting like 50 headhunter buffs. I'm pretty sure perfect jewelers are not worth picking up now, huh? I can't imagine they're worth more than like a couple chaos at this point. Six to 1 div ratio. Wait, that's actually pretty good. Why are they worth so much still? Market it should be like so much more than what's needed on the market. Ah, people must be like trying to corrupt them, like corrupt level 21 gems like crazy. How's the temple building, sir? It's going very well. Oh my god! Yeah. It's okay. Hey, reroll. That's actually pretty good. Down with another reroll.
You challenge.
No mana. It's so easy.
Boom, ba boom, boom. I like how when the room completes, suddenly there was no lag at all.
The vow of many ones.
Seeing the sheer amount of annulment orb drops has really made me realize or understand why the annulments are so cheap in this league.
You challenge.
Oh my god, that's so good. Yeah, generator medallion. It was literally like
This medallion.
that was the most optimal room card I could have got right now. Holy. Hell, if I get Thaumaturge medallion right now, that's it. A second generator, what? I don't actually need a second one, but okay. Don't need a second one, God. Ace new transition, non-tangle tongue variation of the build without Call of Brotherhood and Wake of Destruction. What's important in that step? The most important thing is still freezing enemies. So have a lot of fizz damage on your weapon, but also freeze enemies. So flat fizz, flat cold. Big priority there on your weapon rolls and or rings. This is Fate. No, this is not Second Wind. I'm not doing the... Wouldn't I be like way ahead of the game if this was Second Wind? People already farmed on this level on Second Wind?
You challenge.
No mana. The mighty fall.
The vow of many ones.
I haven't gotten... I don't think I've gotten a lock yet in this run.
You shall fall. You challenge.
No mana.
Guess I'm gonna have to run those Golem Work chains. My Spy Masters are refusing to give me the lock.
Perhaps you will be an unproductive
What are you doing? You can't sustain locks? I generally don't run into that problem because I've been very cautious. Early on, when it's impossible to sustain locks, even for like 1 or 2 snakes, you run a huge path out in the open, spider web it, make it a Sim City, and then you really don't need locks. You could still get unlucky, but generally you're not going to lose more than like 1 room at a time on your actual important stuff. If you have a ton of rooms that are super vulnerable out in the open that you don't matter. Later on, when you get near finishing the temple and you got 2 snakes and you don't have that luxury, well, you're supposed to have a bunch of Spy Masters already in place at that point, so generally it'll be fine. Level up your rooms, run other level 3 rooms that drop general medallions. Got a lot of these smithies, level 3, they drop medallions still. Yeah, you're not supposed to worry about locks really at all until you have like 6 or 7 Spy Masters. Then you can start looking at the situation and start anticipating some locks and sustain. Like, you obviously want to lock a Spy Master if it's unprotected, but you also want to try and save garrison cards anytime you can to keep them protected. And yeah, that sort of thing. Oh, wait, we're not done yet. We're not done yet.
Until next time.
No matter the path, I'll walk it.
Watch out, coming through. That was a little ambitious. Go in there like that with no headhunter buffs yet. I gotta say, headhunter feels pretty strong in this game. Maybe stronger in this game than in PoE 1. Like, relative to the power that it gives. I mean, in general, we are stronger in PoE 1 than PoE 2, but like the impact that it has relative to our, you know, predetermined player power, it's pretty good. Pretty good. What? Dude. Until you have to remove it deliberately to spawn monsters. Spy Master. LOL. Spy Master Medallion. Oh my god. Oh shit. That was close. Well, I'll probably drop my first Headhunter when it becomes worth less than a Divine. I don't seem to drop any of the actual like valuable uniques until they're not worth anything anymore. Decrease Headhunter buff time. No. 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 No, I'd be fine with that. I think it's kind of dumb how long it lasts, actually. I never did like the change from 20 seconds to a minute. Of course, it was in conjunction with the removal of stacking buffs, you know. You can, like, stack the haste buff. I would have much preferred a stacking buff. Naturally. I wonder how many Val infusers I picked up. Probably like hundreds at this point. They're still actually worth something. Yo! Can you give me any medallions? Oh my god, again? Not that one. Alright, I'll just do, what, 3 more rooms? Yeah, I think I got 0 locks on this run. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I got 0. I'm actually not gonna hold that. That's sucky. All smithies leveled, all golem works leveled. That doesn't matter yet. I'm leveled. Stuck on Thaumaturge, I guess, for now. Three alchemy labs. What? Oh, wow. What? Huh. Well, shit. I wasn't ready for this, but maybe I can. I'll get screwed if I can choose after the run to lock this. Just have to lock that one. Okay. Do this. Yeah, this didn't matter. Assuming I get any locks at all, even just one. Actually, probably be safe here. Yeah, it would go all the way down to the Spy Master. I don't think it would go past that. Probably get 1. Hopefully I get 2. If I get 2, then I'm totally safe. 2 or more. So I can put the generator here and then lock these 3. Wait, do I have to lock all 3? Yeah, I have to lock all 3 to guarantee that gets ripped. Again, this is like me playing it safe. I could have like not locked this in advance and done all 3 of these, and then I wouldn't have a lock for either of these. And then if I didn't get a lock this time, this just screwed me over massively right here. So I'm still holding my cards. I've seen the flop, I've seen the flop, I've seen the turn, and now we gotta see the river. And then we'll make sure that we got the right setup. Actually, this will help a little bit too. As a buffer. That'll probably make it safe. Combination of that and that deleting, and then it would only delete down to here. Alright. This is really the last point right here where I need extra locks. This is the final turn of like the tech. You know, trying to make tech work here. Oh, Mr. Wydock. The new Twister Wizard in the chat. Slowly converting. How about that weapon swap tech, huh? Ooh. Pretty crazy. I have a question about the Spymaster chain. I'm about to put my 3rd Spymaster down while my previous is tier 2. From sacrificing the previous Spymaster, do I need to have it upgraded to 3? No, whether it's upgraded or not doesn't matter about the sacrifice. I'm a little confused on the wording of your question, actually. Put my 3rd Spymaster down while this previous is tier 2. If you're putting down a Spymaster from a medallion, what you want to do is you want to put it down, open the temple, come back and lock it, because that'll force level your previous level 2 Spymaster while also keep holding the new Spymaster. Actually, you wouldn't even necessarily want to immediately lock it, because you want to run the temple. Maybe you drop a garrison medallion or something. You just throw the garrison down and then lock that. But the point is, if you open a temple with a vulnerable Spymaster, it will level up other Spymasters without you necessarily having to lose it, because you can lock it after the fact. But I don't even know if you're working on a Spymaster medallion, because that's... Yeah, actually it doesn't really matter if it's a medallion. It could be from the choice of cards. The same would still apply. Throw it down, throw it down, it's vulnerable, open the temple. Before you close the temple, lock it. Yeah, you can simultaneously level up Spymasters with new ones without losing the new ones. By opening the temple, then locking it before you close it. So you open it, go in, immediately run back and lock it, or clear it and lock it before you... I mean, you don't want to forget to lock it, obviously. And of course you need a lock to justify doing that. You would need the lock either way. You're not dropping a Spymaster vulnerable for no reason. If you get a Spymaster card and you have no lock and you don't get a lock, you know, at the very least you're still just leveling At the very least, you're leveling up your old Spy Master. There's still some value.
You challenge the
I didn't get that. Okay, good. Come on, I need the locks.
the vow of many lands. Step from the dark. The vow of many honesty.
Whoa, what? Everywhere I stood, I got no mana. Everywhere. So much loot. I would gladly trade 50 divine orbs for one lock medallion right now.
Challenge the gift of the best.
War banner. What does that do again? War banner.
You challenge the gift of the best.
Oh, there it is. Alright. Hopefully we get another one, but either way I will be committing to this lock setup. Oh, was that another one? Oh, Garrison. Garrison? I mean... Yeah, I guess. Wait, can I use that? Oh, actually I can use it here. That's good then. It helped buffer the losses from the other one at the bottom. Woo. What is the cost for that? I mean, I wouldn't go for... I wouldn't scale more attack damage in any... It's not a very cost-effective way to do it on Invoker. Maybe for Deadeye. $30 spirit. Is it 100% uptime? It's not 100% uptime, right? I think I remember reading something about that. Grab this divine orb. Reroll cards.
This medallion's rather beautiful.
Sure, bro.
Not yet.
That sounds pretty awful to me. A thaumaturge. Okay, yeah, I'll come back in here for the back side. I only got one? Man, I don't know if I should commit to this. I mean, I'm getting a thaumaturge medallion too.
You have made a great mistake. It's all easy. Up around.
Man. I gotta run the whole Golemorch line. See what happens. I definitely commit to this if I get even one.
You have made a
But
great
if I don't get one, that means I start the next temple with 0 locks. Not sure I want to do that, especially when I have 2 medallions for the 3 rooms I need. I could just do it later, and there's no real rush to getting it done. Although to be fair, I will only probably need 1. Or no, I will need 2. Yeah, the problem is I can't even lock the main line. What is that? Oh. Wrong rooms. I'd be starting the temple with no locks, and actually both chains would be vulnerable to losing tech. Both chains. I don't think I can do that. Especially when I still have the medallions I need. Oh, there was something dropped. Oh. The annoying thing is, in order to do this tech, I'm gonna have 4 medallions. Or I'm gonna have to have 3 locks. Well, actually, I have to have 4 locks on the round minimum. And I have to spawn a corruption chamber randomly. So I have to be floating a lot of locks and waiting for corruption chamber to show up. So frustrating. Let me through.
You reek of stupidity. No consequence.
All right. I'm not committing to it. I mean, at the very least, like, I can... there's nothing stopping me from building out this chain anyway, and that way I'll be totally safe even if I lose a bunch of that in the process. There's no rush to get this done. Actually, there was a rush to get this done, because I couldn't move past it until it was done. But this doesn't matter. Can sit as long as it needs to. I mean, I'm going to pick up that, and, you know, I got the Generator Medallion and the Thaumaturge Medallion, so I'm already well on my way to getting that prepped for it in the future. Because if I close that map without locking this, it's going to drop down to, like, probably down to just the garrison or the arsenal in the garrison. And that'll leave me, both of my snakes, vulnerable, starting the following run with no locks. While there's probably an 80% chance or more that I would get 2 locks, 2 or more locks, and I'd probably, you know, dig myself out of that, I just don't think it's worth the risk. I probably would do this, again, if I was on this part, but not over here. So, I'm gonna play it safe. Eventually I'll have, like, you know, some run where I'll get like 6 locks or something, and then, like, whoa.
These stones obey old magics.
I don't know where that Thaumaturge is, though. I don't know. Of course, one of the problems is that hoarding other medallions means I can't float a bunch of medallions I want. Okay, see, this is nice. Getting that there. Yeah, and then, you know, we still lock that. And, as well. Now that's a lot safer. But I got no locks now, suddenly. After locking these two. I suppose it was a little foolish. I probably shouldn't have done that in case I went... Because I could... Because this means I can only go 2 temples completely dry, or else I get screwed here. Whereas if I kept it, but, I mean, the chance of going 2 full temples without a single lock is pretty insane. Yeah. At this point.
These stone obey old magics.
Really? 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 I also thought maybe I shouldn't lock this in case I get a commander medallion this run. First room. Literally first room. Okay, dude. Sure. Hey, what's the chance that I get a commander medallion on this run? Of course I do. It's Murphy's Law, after all. Solar Nexus. Way too dank. So I accidentally entered the architect's, pause the game. You can obviously exit and then like log in way later. Or just die on him or something. If you don't want to kill him. I don't know, I guess maybe if you like log in hours and hours later it'll reset you, but I actually don't know. If you're only working on like one chain and you don't care about anything in the middle, then you can just kill him and lock your chain. There's a trick. All right, or maybe he's referring to the rollout. Yeah, I think if you like dodge roll, I don't know, but if you haven't triggered the architect yet in combat yet, you can like dodge roll against the door. In mid dodge roll, log out to the character select screen and then log in, and if you time it right, it'll let you back with the doors open and you can exit and he will never get aggroed. But that's kind of exploitative. It'll be interesting to see if I get how many locks I get here, because this would I'll be able to see if it would have spelled disaster for me. Respawn at checkpoint. I think I did that once before, but it made me lose my limbs. Like my limbs disappeared after. I don't know if anybody knows about that. Might have been a fluke, or maybe I'm misunderstanding what happened. Alright, we have one lock, so... we got one lock at least. The respawning, so just like respawning checkpoint just deletes your limbs, even if you're like not dead, totally safe. Yo, that's effed up, dude. Respawning at checkpoint deletes limbs, but respawning in the load screen doesn't delete limbs after you've already died. Respawning at checkpoint without dying removes your limbs, but respawning at the load in screen after you died does not lose limbs. Makes perfect sense. What?
You challenge the
What? 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 Not a lot. Lost your 9-10% attack speed limbs. Oh, you cheesed it too? Somebody else said they cheesed it. Or maybe that was you earlier. Spawning limbs in 2 separate surgeon rooms without taking the reward. That's crazy. Wish I'd known about that. There was one time when I had 4 level 3 surgeon rooms at once. They were all vulnerable though, which is the funny part. Well, you can't spawn the same, like once you've taken a particular type of limb, you can't spawn it again. Apparently the only way to duplicate the same stat on each left and right side is to have more than one surgeon encounter, tier 3 surgeon symphony encounter in there, and then you have to like open it up, not select the reward, and then go to the other one, check it, and it can actually roll the same reward twice. In that case, so I would have been in the clear. I got 2 medallions. Okay. All right. I'm content. I don't regret it. Basically, I folded Pocket Kings to Ace King. It's not a terrible thing. You don't have to feel that bad about that. Fold Pocket Kings to Ace King pre-flop. I mean, how bad do you feel if you fold Pocket Kings to Ace King pre-flop? I mean, nobody probably does that unless you're Daniel Negro or whatever his name is, but. You still trying to make a temple? It gets boring dropping 3 div every room. Gave up this league. It gets boring dropping 3 div every room. Really? It gets boring dropping it? I mean, I guess, but at that point you're chasing a mirror, not divines. So instead of chasing divines in the normal game, you're chasing mirrors in the supercharged game. It's a little different. I don't know why this Prism Guardian is a tank. I don't think it's supposed to be. Any explanation why my onslaught never activates when I'm doing your build? The onslaught in the weapon set 1 turned out to be quite unreliable, actually, because most of the kills made from that are coming from the... If there are kills from your whirling slash and you don't have twisters up at the moment. First of all, it's usually the twister that makes the kill, or the spark. If it's not either of those, then it's actually elemental expression, which also won't count. So whirling slash just quite often doesn't make the kill, which is why later on you get onslaught on the twister weapon after Tangle Tongue. That works out a lot better. But I mean, onslaught's not like a totally wasted stat on the main spear anyway. Like, it would still occasionally go off.
You challenge.
You have made a grave mistake. I need mana.
Is there any way to scale unique loot? Unique monster loot? There are a lot of unique mobs in the year. Well, yeah, that's, a little awkward. You know, I mean... I guess I should do this. There's unique effectiveness. Oh yeah. Isn't it? Is from the surgeon, flesh surgeon? I guess. Are you gonna update POB? Stuck with Tangle Tongue. I don't know what gear upgrade. That is going to be coming in fairly short order. Yes. But, I mean, the spear that I'm using is an upgrade. I'm basically just going to be putting this spear as on the list. Like the spear I'm using right here in my profile. As a compromise, you can use no proj levels, but, you know, that's... You really want the proj level if you can. You can use attack level instead. So you're settling for less spark damage at that point. Sometimes. But it's really, really hard to get like high DPS spear plus crit plus proj and onslaught. I have a guide on how to craft the spear in a good... I have a pretty good guide for that. From last league, it still applies this time around. Wow Tink! A lot of Wow Tinks. Having trouble getting a lock? How many spy masters do you have? You don't really rely on locks early on. No, you never rely on locks with 2 spy masters. Just build a bunch of paths out in the open, make it like a huge super highway spider web thing, and then, you know, as long as you got your as long as you have your spy master protected by just 1 garrison, chances are you won't even lose that 1 garrison that early on. You shouldn't have to rely on locks very early. Occasionally you'll like lose the garrison, and then you might lose the spy master if you fail to get a garrison again, or have no garrison medallion and you know, get no lock in the following run. But that's still pretty rare. This is assuming that you have like a ton of vulnerable rooms out in the open where you're not using any of that space for anything. The key is make your rooms as vulnerable to as many angles as possible. I'm under the impression, this is speculation, but I'm under the impression that when a room is chosen to be deleted, and you have more rooms that can be deleted than rooms that will be deleted, it prioritizes, people have talked about how it prioritizes rooms that aren't connected in a snake. But really what I think it's doing is it's actually prioritizing rooms that are vulnerable by more than 1 angle. So if, for example, I have a path here, path here, path here, room here, path here, then this path is actually vulnerable on all 4 angles, unless this room, or at least 3 angles. If this room is also connected to path here, it would be vulnerable to all 4 sides. And what I've noticed is that, almost without exception, that room is going to get deleted. Like, it's priority deletion. And if I had to guess what the programming is, I'm guessing that when it's rolling for which rooms to be deleted, it actually does a roll per, it rolls per vulnerable side, not just per, you know, vulnerable room, but actually per vulnerable side of each room. So there's like an elevated chance that a room that is vulnerable on multiple sides will get chosen for deletion. That is my tinfoil hat theory on how that works. And I created more than half of my temple using that method, and I mean, I never lost a room. Like, it didn't matter. I never lost anything in my chain except on super rare occasion. I never regressed in progress. It was just so unbelievably dependable that it would delete the rooms in the middle. Yeah, I'm saying the filler rooms should be connected to each other. So the very best rooms to use in the open are the paths themselves. Now I'm talking about like super highway path. So it's like path, 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 all in the same row. And you're going to notice those paths just get deleted constantly. And you just put it back in. Because, you know, guess which room is the most popular one in the deck of cards? It's paths. So it's very easy to keep replacing them as they get deleted. And you can obviously throw a regular room in there from time to time. That's okay.
I must maintain fine balance.
It's so annoying. You think for the first half of the tempo might be faster to instantly close them and not run them long, just rely on buffer rooms instead of blocks? Yeah, I mean, I do that. Yeah, well, what ends up happening, actually, is you should, generally speaking, you should run your temple until you are full on medallions that are useful to you, including some locks. And so I would still recommend running, at least running the Spy Master rooms, Spy Master garrison rooms. Do that at the very least. He is again. both of them are here, huh? Ooh, don't want to do that. Alright, we got a nice buffer here. I might drop a ton of locks here and go for it on the next round. Actually, yeah, there's a decent chance here. Well, it's a very decent chance, because I could totally let this go. I only need to drop 2 locks and I'll do this. Because this can decay off, that's fine. Oh yeah, we need 2 locks. You know, lock, generator lock. I'll drop this generator. And then I'll lose like 5 rooms here. Go down back to here or something. Well, actually, well, that would leave me vulnerable in this one next time around. But I would still have a buffer here. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Make a choice in there later. If I drop 3 locks in this run, I'm definitely committing to that. It's 2 locks. I might. I don't know.
Fate is on my side.
1 lock or less, definitely not.
Back to the sword.
Damn. I was wrong. They definitely did have some performance issues with the loot.
Stupidity.
Generating too much loot at once. It's like Affliction League up in here. Well, Cardinkle, I'm glad I could help you out, man. Yeah, that's pretty good intel. You're gonna have a much easier time building out your temple. Oh, shit. Nobody cares about that. Not even good res. Trials to Chemist is so easy with Twister. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is. It is really good with Twister. All those arenas are small. I kind of don't want level 3 alchemy labs, because if I get level 3 alchemy labs, then I gotta like mess with all of that. That's like super annoying. I gotta kill the boss, I gotta wait for him to spawn, I gotta select the thing, I gotta interface with the thing. Even if I don't care about the reward, like I still have to do all that crap every time I go through there. It's kind of annoying. Room generator. I guess I can just throw it down, you know, just in case. Gets deleted. I don't think it would happen, man. Could probably brick my temple again. Hey, first Spy Master. Oh, he's over here. What? Yeah. If you see a unique heavy belt on the ground, what are the odds that it's a headhunter? Is it at least like 10%? Or is it way less than that?
Many are
50-50. Oh, true that. True. I forgot about the simplified answer. 50-50. Yo, so much spark action. Holy. I get a kick out of watching people like... For some reason, Spark became popular this league. And people are doing like these wonky builds with it. But nobody's producing Spark like I am. I'm like... The amount of sparks coming out of me is like freaking crazy. It's too bad you can't even hardly see it. There's so much action.
perhaps you will be able
What if I get 0 locks? That'd be crazy. You guys know, like, when it comes to deleting rooms, does it always prioritize the deletion path that results in more rooms deleted, or is that just like an odds thing? Like, for example, if I put the generator here, it can either delete this room or it can delete all 3 of these. Is there any chance that it might select just this room? Maybe if I lock this one, deletes it. No.
I need mana.
perhaps you will be able to side.
Alright, there's a lock. Just noticed I have the death loop. That's only if I run the thing. I'm not actually picking up. I'm not actually picking up the thing. I'm not completing the room, so to speak. I don't think that'll happen again if I don't do that. I know you mean though. Like I don't. This isn't Deathloop anyway. Like that was with the generator here. I'm not doing all of that at the same time. Although I was thinking of placing it in, seeing what happens. It's alright. I think I'll commit to it if I just get one more lock. This is true. I don't want to run into that thing again. Okay. I'm pot committed. We're doing this. I don't like looking at that loop either myself, so I'm gonna finish it out right here. If I don't drop any more locks this temple, I'll go into the next round with 0, and I'm also gonna lose some of this chain as well, but probably be fine as long as I get at least 1 lock next temple. If I get 0 from here on out and this one, and at least 1 in the next one, we'll probably still be okay. We got 1 more Spy Master too. We still got like all the forges and stuff to do, so of this one. We'll get lucky. Damn, I'm gonna need to take Chaos and Annulment Orbs off my filter. Shit. I would have never expected taking Annulment Orbs off my filter. That'd be crazy. Divine Orbs only. Just fast forward like 3 years, we'll be removing Divine Orbs from our filter. Stop that? Why? Why though?
You reek of stupidity. Furious energies.
Another generator. What the heck?
Meet the dreamer.
I can't pick it up. Treasure vault. This guy. Huh. 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 Damn. Probably gonna need this because next round it's gonna delete all the way down to here. I'll just use it. Even if I get a lock, I'm not gonna lock the main link. I'm gonna save it for the following round. Oh god! I keep forgetting to dump loot off. Bro, I got the lock. Nice. Nice. Now if I can get one more, I'm gonna be like super good. That'd be insane if I get one more on this screen. Alright, feeling pretty good now. What the fuck? Dude. 2 forges in a row. 2 locks. Bro, welcome to the new Spy Master room. What? I'm like more excited about locks dropping than like any of this loot. And a treasure vault, of course. I'm like super excited about lock drops. What the heck? Because this is it, guys. This is it. I mean, this is literally like, this is me being in a dark tunnel for like 10 days straight, and I'm basically like, I'm like Robert Downey Jr. like emerging like from the. I can't even like register the light anymore. It's just too bright. The light at the end of the tunnel. I'm walking out of the tunnel right now. I'm walking out of the tunnel. Not those locks. Not Hinekora locks. Medallion locks. The best temple. The actual perfect temple. The best temple. It's effectively been completed now. Wait, what? I died. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't know why I died there, though. I'm not losing my best in slot limbs for that. No, it doesn't matter. I got everything I needed done. I still pick up the locks and everything, so it's fine. It doesn't matter at all. It would have been nice to keep going, getting even like another lock, but... Oh yeah, shit, I didn't even think about... Oh, I almost screwed myself though, because I forgot that it'll close like that immediately. Oh, that's kind of gross. Open up. I did forget that it will force close it and not let me interface with it anymore. But I had done all the interfacing I needed, so it just literally didn't matter. So yeah, we're good. We did it. We did it. Oh. One more run. Wait, I can't run it? What? What?
I have a buyer.
Oh yeah, I don't even see the rooms. We're gonna do one more run and then I'm actually gonna bounce because I want to make a video on this now, especially that I just emerged from the tunnel. I'm gonna talk about my experience on this. But I figured I'd do a short stream, let you guys see it at the end. We're gonna run one more temple. Then call it a short stream today.
I'll do you proud.
I guess I gotta do a freaking map, huh? Okay. Can a poor man get this build going? Yup. Beginning of this build, like one divine budget, if that. 5 exclamation point build. Bear in mind, it won't look like this exactly. It'll function similar, but it won't be this fast, this robust, this deadly, this tanky. Let's keep realistic expectations here. They'll play similarly. My god. Well, I shouldn't have locked that yet. I just realized. Well, it didn't matter. I didn't get the cards I need. Hey, that's cute. Put it in the right place. Spending threshold, me now, like 1,000 to 2,000 divines ish. Oh, you're talking about him. Sorry. I currently invested like 1,000, 2,000. It's hard to say because of inflation. Like I bought a lot of things before inflation. I'm trying to like give inflated prices. Or a lot of things I bought were worth less. Yep, that link will give you the right thing. Okay, you can check my YouTube channel if you want to see like there's like a 2-minute video, 3-minute video that I overview the build. I'd recommend you check that out. I'll just go ahead and find it and link it for you. Flashbang for sure. This might be the longest I've ever gone without making a video. It's been 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks since I made a video. Yeah, here you go. Watch this before you actually commit to the build. Just watch that. Then if you decide you want to, then do it. It is not a simple build, but complicated. But I explain a lot of the tech there. Run Temple. Now dropping locks is a simple luxury in life. I wonder how I died there though, because that would be like really bad to die. Then not be able to I would either have to lose my limbs or lose the temple. Put me on the back foot. Hey.
You have made a grave mistake.
Is this not like the coolest pathing you've ever seen though? I made a heart. I literally made a heart shape in my pathing. Ooh. Did I ever figure out how to drop Uro Morty medallion? No, if I had to guess, I'm guessing the commander room is weighted towards them, but I don't know. It seems like he's weighted toward them. Level up room. I'm a thaumaturge. I wonder if level 2 rooms have a higher chance of dropping a medallion than level 1. I'm under the impression they don't, but what do you guys think?
The vow hath many ones.
Is this guy gonna spawn? Oh, I didn't even check the room properly. The shroud walked into the next room.
The vow hath many ones.
Hey! Alright, feeling good about that. One lock down. I mean, at this point, I'm truly like ramping up to the comfort zone. I don't need extra locks. Twice now, I've had to use a triple lock setup on top of what I'm normally doing. It's kind of precarious. Everything from here on out is like a luxury. I'm definitely not going to worry about the third Golem works for a while. Smithy's yelling at me. He's nowhere near me on the chain.
The vow hath many ones.
Dude, I am 4 bars away from level 100.
The vow hath many ones.
God. Because they don't. That's because you can't copy megalomaniacs. I just wanted something else decent. Oh, we got. Why do people always ask these kind of questions about megalomaniacs? I can't find your exact megalomaniac. What am I supposed to do? Do I just give up on the build? Wait, what? Shit. 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 Why am I getting stuck in literally every spot? What? That was crazy. I got stuck like 3 times in a row. Almost died. Been bad. Definitely don't want to die here. Before I finish this Spy Masters. I need to get so many extra locks that I can die randomly and it's okay. I wonder if the monsters got way harder suddenly. Yeah, that was weird. Oh, bro, that is so good. 3rd lock already. We're already plus for this run. That's crazy. Man, might as well delete this. I don't think I'll ever need it again. Alright. Like I said. I got him when I needed him, and I got him when I didn't need him. I'm just that cool. This must be what karma, the good side of karma, feels like. Yeah. So crazy to me that temples cost nothing to run still. What do you guys think they should do for temples to change them? My best suggestion is to actually remove the outer border and shrink the temple by 1 tile set on all sides. I think that would actually do wonders for improving the temple across the board for everybody involved. Obviously the juicer in me would love to drop all that extra loot, but it's not necessary really relative to everything else. That would definitely make casuals happier. It would make it would probably really make the people in between the happiest. People who want to go all the way with it, but feel it like massively burdensome. Maybe they don't want to commit to it, but if it was shrank a whole bunch, maybe they would. Wow, that's another lock. What the hell? Dude, if I drop... Wait. I've dropped 5 locks in this map. I dropped more... What? And I still have 2 left? Why did I drop more locks this time, now that I don't need them? Oh, weird. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It would... Okay, so it would make this... Okay, so like super Giga casuals wouldn't really care either way. People on like the low end of the juicing spectrum to the middle would really, really like the change. People at the super high end of the spectrum would be the only ones who might have something to complain about, but even they would probably generally be happy because, I mean, this was like a lot of work to do this. And then the people who would be the happiest would probably be GGG because they simultaneously made the economy simper down with an easy fix and also dramatically reduced the performance issues because monsters aren't running around with, 20 or 2,000% effectiveness and dropping absurd amounts of loot generated. That's why I mean, like, it would make it better in the best ways possible for the highest number of types of players. To me, it's a pretty obvious solution. And it's not necessarily the only solution. It's just like, it's the primary solution, I think, to most of the problems. Beyond that, they could do things like make medallions tradable, change the drop, and/or change the drop rates, and/or put some sort of currency sink in doing the temple, like make the temple actually cost something to do. Kind of ridiculous. It's something that drops this much currency is just straight up free. It's really weird. That will actually happen anyway through the precursors to some extent. I can't wait till we get precursors and we buff our temple up even more than it is now. Imagine they make those changes, but actually the temple is even more powerful than it was. All temples must have a minimum of 4 road tiles? Well, I mean, that doesn't matter. Allow us to convert our rooms into medallions? Convert our rooms into medallions. That's an interesting idea. That sounds like it would make it pretty dang easy. Alright, what am I leveling up here? Oh, it's all level. That's leveled. Alright, this I could do this guy here. That's all leveled. Not leveling that. Yep. God, I really knocked it all out, didn't I? What the hell? Every single legion is leveled. Ah, it would be this. This gets leveled. Next thing. Beyond that, it's these 2 thaumaturges. And then champions. Champions will be higher priority for level. I guess the garrisons will automatically be level 3 between the champions. I really have almost nothing less to... I think I only have, like... Even when I consider the totally finished temple... I'll have to level another armory right here. I'll have to level Armory Champion. So I'll have to do Thaumaturge, Armory Champion, Armory, Thaumaturge, Corruption Chamber. I got about 10 more rooms I'll have to level. All the garrisons in between will be level 3. I believe.
Forever changed.
Man, I can't tell you guys how satisfying that is. To be in this place. I can't believe I dropped. I dropped 5 medallions. 5 locks this run. I was like, let me quickly dig myself out of this small little hole here. Oh, I got the digging. I dug so fast I don't even need to run the Golem Works chain. I'm maxed out. This is where you want to be, maxed out on medallions. You get so many locks you don't even finish the temple. Look at that.
I'll hold this medallion.
And that guy goes. I don't care about that right now. Ah, isn't it a thing of beauty? Guys, this is the best looking temple layout in the game as far as I can tell. I talked about why that is. I'm going to make a second video on that later, but first the first video I'm going to make is going to basically be about the experience of building this temple. It'll be a little bit dramatic, maybe. I'll be in a good mood though, so it'll be fine. Drama in a good mood. Drama video while in a good mood. Usually makes for a good video. Usually. So with that, we're calling it there. Quick stream, because it's a streaming day and a video making day at the same time. And it's about time for dinner anyway. You guys, I've put you guys for a ride, haven't I? You know, it's like every other day. There was a day back then when I was in a really good mood, made a lot of progress, and then like, or no, it started off with a really bad day because I basically made no progress all day, and then I had a really great day where I made a ton of progress, and then came the bricked temple, which was the worst, and now and then we came back recently with decent progress, and now we have truly exited. I have exited the cave that I've been stuck in for a while. I completed the original temple you wanted to go for that had the 3 golem works at the start. That's cool, man. How did that one working out? Is that the one where you have to hold down 4 links with 4 locks, though? That is a little problematic, but I think it had more spy masters, too. To be fair. It's time for a raid. Rip Marty McFly? Wait, Marty McFly died? Marty McFly die? That's what that cute dog stream. Yeah, that's freaking sad. Oh my god, really? He had Parkinson's, right? I'm gonna look into that in dinner time, I guess. That's sad. He was it might even be my favorite movie of all time, Back to the Future. I freaking love that movie. Loved his character in that movie. One of the most wholesome bad guy protagonists I've ever seen on the screen. It was just such a perfect blend of, you know, because he's a bad guy, he's a rebel, and he's also stupid. Can't bow down, can't back down if it's called chicken, like retarded, absolutely retarded. But like, he's so likable, unbelievably likable in that movie. I always remember him in that movie. Wait, so he died before Doc Brown? Doc Brown's still alive? Doc's like really old. He was younger than he looked in that movie. They made him look older than he was in that movie, to be fair. We're gonna raid Cute Dog today. Source is Cute Dog's title says Marty McFly. R.I.P. Marty McFly. Anyway, we're raiding Cute Dog from Twitch and on YouTube. We'll see you guys next time. I might be on tomorrow. I know I'm gonna make another video, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you posted in the Discord. Bye for now.